What's up, guys? It's Drac, and Merry Christmas Eve, right? And of course, if you're non-denominational or don't happen to celebrate that one, happy holidays to you. Particularly to my North American audience, we are in the middle of a unprecedented cold front right now. It is super duper cold out there. So I hope that you're staying warm. I hope that you're with people you like. Happy holidays to you. But in the true spirit of something exciting around the holidays, I have a sweet blaster to unbox and review for you. So this is, with no dancing about it, the Dart of War, the GameFace Trion competition blaster, engineered for all-out action, customizable for competition, a blaster for masters. Do you have what it takes? And I love that level of marketing and flex and pomp all over the box, just because it means that it's working. It means that all of the effort that I put into running things like the Foam Pro Tour, everybody's different competitive leagues coming together, the 5v5 tournament out in California, all that good stuff is coming together to the point that we are a real market that is being marketed to, catered to, and designed for. And that is so exciting to watch our sport kind of take wings, to have a company like GameFace go from importing stuff from the now defunct Jet Blasters to designing a truly custom, very featureful blaster for our hobby is just awesome. So on the back here, we have a blown up sort of segment of the blaster, which is pretty exciting. We'll just go through all of these. It's got an easily swap-outable foregrip, a locking foregrip. I don't really know what that means. Dart guide, magazine release, high performance precision trigger, adjustable stock, top and bottom pick rail, M-lock for customization, front and rear sights, and then a threaded muzzle brake. The design on this blaster features heavily chevrons all over. I know that in the darts in particular, the late Liam from our hobby is responsible during his internship for that feature. So we'll be calling those chevron darts in my content for the foreseeable future. It's coming with a 15-round see-through magazine, and it's got an adjustable power level stock. This is using the same sort of variable compression in a spring through the back cap here. It's got a quarter turn system where you pull it out, there's a spring inside, and then there's various levels of pre-compression you can add. Advertising 130, 160, and 200 FPS, including those spring spacers, no tools required. So this is the production model. And that is of note because, well, we got to take a sneak peek at these blasters, and a few people have had their hands on them since FoamCon. I actually just mentioned this in my top 5 blasters of the year. This is releasing first thing in the new year. So as soon as I launched that video, I got this sample in, I had questions, and my questions all resolved out to they're taking the orders right now on the website. In the description box below, you can actually order this blaster right now for 80 United States dollars, and you will get it just in time for the new year. Now, if you're looking for a last minute addition to the Christmas tree, I know that you could purchase this, and then they have a service where you can print off your order, and then I guess you could sort of wrap the order confirmation and let your giftee know that it is on the way. But with no more talking about the outside of the package, let's take it out and break down what comes inside. So inside the package, you get 15 chevron darts, those sights, the blaster itself, its muzzle brake, also featuring chevrons, and the magazine. This color scheme, while it does come in red, is their Thunderbird blue color scheme, notable in part because it matches the slushies that they were giving away at End War this year. It was a big hit, the Thunderbird slushies. Had one myself. On the back, you have instructions as well as an included packet with 2 of those adjustable pre-compression spacers that fit in the back of the blaster. So let's get it out of the package, show you what we're working with. All right, so let's take a look at the product. Let's go over the features from front to back in real time. Up front here, we have this quarter turn kind of muzzle device. It doesn't mate perfectly to the barrel inside, but you can see that there is a genuine metal barrel inside. It also appears as though the metal barrel is anodized to match the rest of the blaster. It's got a kind of a subtle hue in there, pretty cool. Then you quarter turn this back on, click, and you're back at it like a bad habit. As far as this goes, there's M-lock. M-lock, of course, is a licensed product, so if you have M-lock accessories, that's a cool feature. If not, it's just cutouts. It's cutouts that let you see that barrel. As far as the front grip goes, we can assume that there is a pick rail underneath here that we'll be able to attach other accessories to, but the stock grip that it comes with, while I wear size large gloves and it might be more sized for, let's say, a medium, it's definitely not bad. The average nerfer has smaller hands than I do, and I could see this being very comfortable, in particular because I like AFGs, and this notch up here is quite nice. So nothing but good things to say about the stock grip. And then of course, if you don't like it, or you're just a big fan of custom, you can redux it however you so choose. I think one of the biggest features as we move back here is that this is a skinny pusher, a very popular product that we sell on Foam Pro Shop. In an upgrade sense, it comes standard on this product so that you can insert and remove magazines without interfering with the lips on the magazine, allowing you to reload with a closed bolt. It's a very popular real steel feature. Down here, we've got the mag release. The mag release is fine. Also, there are two separate stops in the magazine, which allows me to kind of think that this is a multi-mag well. When I say multi-mag well, I mean that it could perhaps take katana and talon geometry. What it can't do is take full lengths. Now, if you are a dedicated half-length slinger, which your average competitive nerfer is at this point, I think that it's safe to say that this is a bonus feature. However, if you use an exclusively full-length loadout, then this is not going to be quite as cross-compatible as something like, say, the Nexus. But I'm a big fan of half-length magwell. I think that the fact that it's compatible with their magazine, which is quite sharp, being clear on one side and opaque on the other. It also takes Talon magazines very comfortably. A lot of nerfers use Talon mags. Click in, click out. Just in case you've already bought into the ecosystem, does it take the Dart Zone Pro magazines? And it does. So you put all those features together and you wind up with something that's pretty cool. Up top, this is a full-length pick rail. Very subtle, low iron sights here, but nothing wrong with them. They're not modular or adjustable, but with full-length pick rail, if you have a favorite sight, you can put that on whatever you want. The trigger itself is interesting just because normally a trigger is on a sled system and it pulls back. This trigger, it's very subtle. It rotates up, it clicks up. So if you're used to real steel, it has far more of a real steel feel. I don't know how that interfaces with the catch as of yet, but it is a very interesting feature. The grip itself feels pretty good. It's almost got a CQR style stock here where it is modular, but there's a thumb hole, and then beyond that, it's closed, right? The interesting thing about this grip is that it is compatible with pretty much all AR-15 grips. So if you want modularity in that regard, you could certainly do something there. And then the buffer tube underneath this entire setup becomes, again, a standard M16 style buffer tube, so that I think it's carbine length. I don't know. It's either rifle or carbine length. Hard to say. These are toys, but it will accept standard AR-15 stocks as well. So if modular is the name of the game, that's pretty cool. If you like just kind of the look and feel of how it comes, you can see that it has multiple levels of adjustment there. That's the tall boy setting, and I can tell you that the tall setting feels pretty good. I also want to just compliment the angle of the magwell being in line with the rest of the design of the blaster is pretty nice, and it makes for a really good hand stop, in particular if you're used to doing your reloads. Can I reach? If I'm back here and I reach forward, yes. So if you're used to doing your reloads like that, pretty comfortable, and you don't have to move from your shooting position to do that. All in all, it's very clear that GameFace is designed along the same lines as the airsoft and sporting goods products that they've been designing for, I think, almost 100 years. There's a lot of tactical kind of built-ins into this system. Now, as we remove this and come back here, the final feature, the one that everybody is really excited for, is this spring guide. The spring that it comes with, having the ability to pre-compress in a lot of different ways. You have either one or two pre-compressors here. You put that in, that's gonna press, and then a quarter turn aligns this notch down here with the back. And then, of course, you cover this entire system either with an AR-15 stock, if that's the way you're doing it, or with the included stock, which I think will be the more popular use case. And this is adjustable in 1, 2, 3, 4 separate positions. So no matter how tall you are, you're probably gonna have a pretty comfortable shell here. Now, the other big thing worth mentioning is that it seems like there's some sort of, with all the springs in there, it's pretty heavy, but it seems like there's something smoothing out the prime. I'm unsure if that has bearings stock or what's going on there, but it definitely, even with the pre-compression, is a pretty smooth prime. Overall, I think that I mentioned this in my preview of the pre-production model. My favorite thing about this shell is how incredibly thin it is. I don't know if that's gonna translate through the camera, but here, I've got 2 darts sitting here. The dart is about 1.5 inches. Jeez! At its thickest point, the blaster is a little over a dart thick. That's relatively impressive, not only when you consider the kind of performance that this blaster is getting, but also when you consider that it has so many features built in that frame. Of course, blaster does have slam fire as well, and accomplishing that with a non-sled trigger is something very interesting that we look forward to delving into in the mod guide. But overall, at 80 United States dollars, you get what is effectively a large upgrade package on your standard pump action Springer with a huge focus on tactical compatibility and performance straight out of the box, which is pretty serious when you consider that some of the best blasters on the market right now are pump action Springers that, while they admittedly cost sometimes half as much as the GameFace Prime, you wind up in a very Glock situation where you're buying something and then immediately upgrading it, and by the time you've bought it and upgraded it, you could have just bought a SIG, right? So I think that starting with what is objectively a very tuned platform already is going to allow you to get where you're trying to go much, much quicker. I would not be surprised to see a number of these on the competitive fields of 2023. But just for the sake of consistency, I have intentionally not used any of the chevron darts. I'm going to load the chevron darts into this magazine. We're going to take it outside, put it over the chronograph, and probably freeze because it is -2 with the wind chill outside right now. So, Striped Hat Gang, let's go. All right, guys, so if you hear the sound of doors opening, that's not doors. That's these trees up here scraping together as frozen wood. It's not dangerous, he said hopefully. Oh boy. If you like my sweet tactical mittens, Vlad's mom made them for me. Like 10 years ago at this point. Crazy how long we've been doing this. So, even in cold weather, this should be a toolless modular switch across the batch. If you happen to be in the crazy part of the country that is Ohio, you could still use a Trion. 230, unreal. 228, 220, 219. So that is, if that's not competitive ready, I don't know what is. Let's go ahead, come in here, pop this off really quick, push this. And again, I think that the modular nature of this is really, really sweet. Go ahead and tuck that back in like so. Could definitely be your one blaster for both super stock and competitive. 151, 159, 153, 100. So certainly above 130, you'd need some way to tune it down to get it back into the competitive sort of HVZ range where you could legally use it at events like End War. But let's go ahead and sneak a couple of these on. Get it back there. I don't actually know where the range is down here, but I want to put a few down range. Oh, it's still in Hasbro mode over on this side of the fence. Well, let's take it. Oh God, no. Oh no, it's frozen. The pulley is frozen, Pat. Alrighty, well, that's very exciting. With that said, we'll aim at the tree. We'll do it old school, right, guys? Not much other way around it. The tree is roughly 75, 80 feet away from where I'm standing now. And while we peeled left and right a couple of times, overall, that's a direct hit. We're getting shots that far down range without too much drop. If that was, there's another hit. If that was an opponent on the foam flinging battlefield, I think it's safe to say they would be in range. Just for giggles and compatibility, this is loaded up with what I believe to be the best darts on the market right now, the Target Max darts, which are the red ones with gray tips. Jinx, I know it's cold. We're gonna head in soon, and we'll slam fire through a magazine of those really quick, showing both the magazine and the dart compatibility. Hopefully, did that go in the target? Oh my gosh. All right. Hey, you don't see those every day. That's pretty sweet. Neato Mosquito. So with that said, it is very windy. It is very cold outside. That is a look at the production GameFace Trion. They're shipping pretty much as soon as you get that order in. I think that when they return from the holidays, they're gonna start putting these in boxes and getting them out to you. Speaking of which, if you have a current Foam Pro Shop order right now that you placed in the last couple of days, that will be shipping in the new year as well. I'm a big fan of giving my staff as much time off for the holidays to spend with their families as I possibly can. So orders resume shipping for us on January 3rd. I guess that all that's left to do is plug in this video that we're streaming a bunch during the holiday break. I'll be on twitch.tv/VampireDrac. It is incredibly cold. The only thing I need you guys to do is compliment Jinx on her fine Christmas sweater. Say Merry Christmas, Jinx, in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe for updates. We'll be doing a mod guide on our Trion very soon. Jinx, how did you get pine straw in your beard? You crazy girl. And we're gonna head inside because it's way warmer in there. Much love, Blast on, Drac out.